There's wanting and there's immature wanting. And the immature wanting oftentimes comes from what society gears us to want through the vast commercialism, commercials, marketing. There's all manner of things that people grow up in, and they say, I want this, I want that. But they have no idea where that desire is even coming from. Is it coming from their soul? Or is it coming from society hypnotizing? I call it nefarious hypnotism, hypnotizing people into thinking they want this. I saw a recent meme that showed they were asking kids what they wanted. And one person was saying, I want a Lamborghini. I want $1 million. Somebody said, I want $1 billion. Then they asked people in poorer countries what they wanted. And the little kid said, I'd like to see my father again. You know, I would love to have a taste of meat. I haven't had it in a long time. You know, I would love to have a quiet place to read a book. That it was totally different based on the culture that the people came from and the experiences they had in life. So when you talk about the life visioning process, you know, we all know about visualization. You can use visualization to basically manifest things you want. Visioning is basically getting in touch with your soul and asking, what is it that you've come to deliver? What is it that's within you that really wants to be expressed? So at the end of your time on earth, you're not lamenting the fact that, you know, okay, you got 6 cars, but did you activate your potential? Did you actually give the gift you said you were going to give? You know, I firmly believe that before we took the incarnation, we made a promise to ourselves. The promise was we would come here, we'd wake up, and we would contribute and distribute our gifts. Now, in any destination, you bump into turbulence. You fly from here to Seattle, New York, Chicago. The plane always hits a little turbulence. Then you land, hopefully, most of the time. So when you come to the earth plane, you come into turbulence. Societal milieus, beliefs, perceptions, superstitions. You move through the turbulence and the world that turbulence is creating. But ultimately, you through some kind of way, you start to wake up. If somebody's listening to us right now, that means something is pulling them to be at this particular podcast to wake up, to know themselves. So at some point you wake up and you realize, oh, I've been going through the turbulence. I've had some drama, had some trauma. I've had these belief systems. I have this religiosity, but now I want to wake up. And now I can begin to ask the question, what is it that's within me that really wants to emerge? What gift do I have that needs to be activated and expressed? Now, if I ask those questions sincerely in meditation, I am going to activate my spiritual faculty that may have been dormant because I've been caught up in the world. I haven't been using my intuition. I've just been using my rational mind, my logical mind. I've just been using, ways to survive. I start to get little glimpses and glimmers and intuitions and hunches about what is it within me that I really want. You know, I do an exercise with people sometimes in which I'll put them into a meditative state. And in this meditative state, they feel that all of their needs are met. They're healthy. They have harmonizing prosperity, ideal employment, right mate, all the stuff. And then from that space, I'll say, okay, what do you want? And now they have everything. What do you want? And if they stay in that long enough, they won't ask for a car or another house or whatever because they already have it in the feeling tone. Now what start to emerge is what they really want, what their soul wants. What are they to contribute? What gift are they to activate within themselves that they are to express? Now they're living from, as you just indicated, their heart's desire and the divine will. It's the same thing. The divine will is a greater expression of life. Our heart's desire is our unique way that we're to express the divine will, because everyone's different. There's no one on the planet exactly the same. Even though powers that be hate the word diversity, it's built into the program. It's nothing but diversity. Everybody's unique. And so that's what I'm seeking to help people get to, And what happens? You bump into self-love and appreciation. You bump into the awareness that you have everything you need, legitimate needs. But you activate it and start to walk in that direction. And life changes. Yeah. And you still get the stuff of the world.
Yeah.
In whatever culture you're living in, you still have what I call it harmonizing prosperity. It's not just gluttony.
Yeah.
It's your legitimate need.